Hey, I've been getting a lot of good questions about the Son of Basel and what that is, how it works, how to implement, deploy it, what's involved, what are the pros and cons and the drawbacks and the risks involved. So, Son of Basel is my full time digital clone. So, it is literally a digital member of my team that it tries to mirror my thinking, tries to mirror my behavior, tries to mirror and just be an extension of me, managing a team of full-time virtual employees that are not just typical AI agents that have specialized custom AI skills. This goes way beyond that. So this clone manages a team that never calls in sick, never complains. They're able to function not just as a swarm of agents, but also have very structured, coordinated work that is quite complicated and quite sophisticated, following multiple steps and following multiple stages of development. So, an example of what I mean is that I can interact with the Son of Basel via my phone. So, I literally can go into my phone and I could call him directly, right? And I could just call him directly from my phone and have a conversation with him and see what type of work was being accomplished today and whether or not priorities need to be shifted up or down and whether or not we have to ramp up work. So it's infinitely scalable depending on demand and depending on work required that particular time. So if work is high, then I can allocate more resources towards Son of Basel, and the team can essentially expand or augment temporarily to fill that need, plug that hole, and be able to solve the problem. So that's one way of interacting. Another way of interacting that I do is via Telegram and WhatsApp. And then he also joins my meetings. He records and transcribes, annotates, and summarizes, and sometimes translates all my meetings. You can also interact with him during meetings. So if you have a specific question or you want him to intervene and provide expert insights, and you just say, Son of Basel, please let me know your thoughts on subject X and what the potential of business process reengineering could be for this particular entity. And then he'll give you his thoughts. So it's trained on me on thousands and thousands of pages of content that have been transcribed from my hundreds of hours of content that I've used. And then that trains the set of machine learning models and AI systems that really operate the back end of Son of Basel. So that's how it works. Now, I explain a little bit here in the firmadapt.com website how it works, what are the main functions, what are the main problems that he really truly solves. And a lot of you have expressed interest in wanting your own digital clones. All you do now is I've created this little form where the team just launched it now, where you just express your interest, you explain what you're looking for, how are you imagining using it, and depending on the capacity, depending on the scope, you just write everything out in terms of the requirements and then request a clone, and then we'll be in touch as quickly as possible. So I hope you find that helpful, and I would love to hear from you about this. Appreciate it.